Good evening and welcome to our show Yuva and then as I say of course October ko mahina shuru bhaisakeko cha and today is one of a very good day because we have some entrepreneurs with us and as we know that we all are working very hard in our life. We are working to achieve our dreams, achieving our goals, whether it's for 5 years or next 5 days. But there are some special people, but there are some people with extra vision who work hard and who are determined to achieve it. And with their determination, of course, God will also help them. And today I would like to welcome our entrepreneur guest with us. And first of all, let's welcome our guest from all the way from Australia, Mr. Dipesh. He's an RJ,
Uh,
he's a VJ, and he's an entrepreneur. He's also been working in the health sector these days. So, welcome to our show, Mr. Dipesh.
thank you so much, Anand
Thank you.
and yeah, I'm so good to be here on your show. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
thank you. It's our pleasure to have you on our show too. How are you?
yeah, I'm good. And you?
Oh, I'm good too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good to hear about that.
And
Yep.
next, I would like to invite our other guest. He's from
Uh,
all the way from Portugal, Mr. Rabinji.
Azur, namaste and good morning from Portugal.
Oh, good.
It's my honor to be in this show. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and good evening from Japan. And I guess it's been really hard to be live while you're driving, but thank you so much for managing your time just for us to be on the show.
It's no worries. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's my pleasure.
And accordingly, we would like to invite a lady entrepreneur, and she is here in Japan with us only, Mrs. Kamanaji.
Thank you so much, Ananya Boini, for having me here. It's my honor to be here. Thank you.
Welcome to our show, and
Thank you.
welcome to our three entrepreneurs, to our guests. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Yeah, pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I hope you all are very good
Yeah, we
because
are.
the time
yeah,
differences.
very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
very.
I hope you are doing good too.
Oh, yes, I'm doing good too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, how long have you been living here in Japan, Mrs. Kamanaji?
It's been almost about 15 years. I have been
15
here.
years.
Yeah,
Yes, that's really long.
yeah, it's very long.
And we know that you are doing business in different sectors. That you have your own restaurant, remittance, and also you have a grocery store. Is that the right way that I can say?
Yeah, we are a small scale business. We have two restaurants right now and a supermarket, a mini supermarket, I would say.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So now I would like to have some conversation with our guest from Australia, Mr. Dipesh.
Yep.
So,
Hi.
yes, so Mr. Dipesh, as
Yep.
you know that today's young generation,
hmm
today's young generation, they just like to work from a job that's from 9 to 5, a
hmm
good amount to earn for themselves, which can pay their regular payments, and of course just for their hobbies. But why did you choose to have your own business, which is full of big responsibilities, while you could have chose a little bit of easy way out there?
Oh yeah, it's kind like that I don't want to be only stuck in one place, just under one company or whatever it is. I just want to broad on that scale so I can so even I can work freely, and for
Mm-hmm.
my mental being also it would be very what I love to work, and
Mm-hmm.
that gives me energy, and that's a kind of passion as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't want to be in a limited one. That's why I just want to make it more broader skill. Yeah, that's the reason what I choose to be. And yeah.
Okay. So as you know that as we know about your broad vision, you have been radio jockey or video jockey, and you have been an event manager too.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
get to
yeah. I
hear.
was associated with the media on the time, and then what it happened was that the still that in Nepal or whatever in abroad also it's very hard to just depend on only in the media, and also but if you are in the media that gives you a lot of the confidence in other sectors. So if I'm doing that media and if I'm doing any other business or any kind of this related with the company, then that gives you more confidence, and also that the PR public relations. So yeah, that is very helpful to you. Yeah.
Exactly, public relations are really very important.
Hmm.
And then I would like to follow this same question to Mr. Ravinji.
Yes, please.
Ravinji, why did you
Yeah.
choose to be in a business which is a big responsibility while you could have gone in an easier way just to have a 9 to 5 job and a company would take care of you?
Normally, while when I was in Nepal, I left Nepal. I was in Europe before coming to Europe. When I was in Nepal, I used to do the business as well. But like in a restaurant field, I do have at that moment I do have restaurants, and I started when I was 21. I started at that moment, just started the digital studio, digital camera, and I
Mm-hmm.
started a digital photo studio in my town in Dading as well. So when, as I know, because my parents they used to do the business, so I was influenced by them, or I don't know. I used to, in my mind, I used to think that we need to really do a business, because while working with other companies, uh, we should be like we should not have like time to have PR, like public relations. So in a restaurant field or in other shops, in other things, we need to we can have a public relation directly. So I chose business from the beginning when I was in Nepal. So when after coming to Europe, uh, it was 2010. I started a restaurant in Belgium. Before I was in Belgium, so I started restaurant in Belgium as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
moved in 2013 to Portugal, and I did job in other companies for 1.5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it was not in the beginning phase. Yeah, it was okay, and again I started. I think that I need to start in Portugal. We are in a number. We are almost now, for the moment, we are almost more than 30,000 people, Nepalese people living in Portugal. So at that time, when I started the restaurant, at that time also there was more than 20,000 Nepalese people living in Portugal. So I thought, and I think that the Nepalese restaurant is good for the community or for the local people as well, to promote our food, to promote our country. So I did the Nepalese restaurant. I did the Nepali restaurant.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Rabin. Well, now I would like to
You're
ask the
welcome.
second question to Mrs. Kamana.
Okay.
Mrs. Kamana,
Actually, yeah.
oh
So,
yes. So, Mrs. Kamana, why did you choose to be in the business while you could have done a job that's from 9 to 5?
yeah. What actually happened is there was a situation whether I chose to continue the particular business that already was established by my husband and a particular team.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a business which I only do it. We have a very good team, and this is a teamwork. So I had to like I had to step in that shoe and I had to run it. So that was not only about like responsibility; it was a choice I made. So
That's really one of the great choices that you have made.
thank you, thank you. I hope I'm doing well.
So as you just said that you are doing this business with your husband too. So you both have a partnership in your business and also in your life. So does this go in a very smooth way?
Yeah, actually, not only with my husband, we have other teams as well together working. We are running a partnership business. So definitely, it is a very good initiative they started, and I'm luckily there working with them. And talking about the partnership, me and my like personal life, it's definitely a good thing because apart from personal things, we do talk about business. We do share
Mhm.
about business. When two minds come together, there are lots of ideas that
Mhm.
comes together. So it's good. I say
So,
that.
so it has been a beautiful journey so far for you.
Yeah, it's good. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And well, we all know that living in your own country, Nepal, and living in a foreign land is a huge different thing, especially when it comes to business, because it has its own kind of struggles. And I would like to go with our guest, entrepreneur Dipesh Ji. What are the struggles and what is the difference while you're doing business in Nepal and while you're doing business in a foreign land? Dipesh Ji, can I hear an answer from you?
Oh yeah. What it happened was that when I was back in home, on that time I had a business that is related with the like clothing. That's a clothing
Mm-hmm.
stores in Pokhara, that
Yes.
Vishal Bazaar. And the business what I was doing over there, and the business what I started in Australia was different because that was with the related with the clothing stores, and what I started here in Australia was I started a that was a restaurant, and that is related with the foods.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a different on the time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I did that restaurant, but after that
I think we are having some network
Interruption.
problem with Mr. Dipesh, and we will get back to him with the same question soon. But maybe I would like to get in touch with our entrepreneur guest, Mr. Rabinji. So, Mr. Rabinji,
Yes,
what's the
please.
difference? What's the difference while you're doing business in Nepal and also doing business over in a foreign country?
It's very. I get vast difference doing business in Nepal and in other countries. In Nepal, it's easy to do business because of the language as well. Because we in Nepal, yeah, that's our language, our country, and we know everything, the rules, regulations,
Mm-hmm.
and everything we can do. It's easy in Nepal, but doing it in a foreign land like in Europe, we not only we Nepalese people we speak English, but in foreign now where I'm living, now I'm in Portugal. Here they do have their own language. It's Portuguese language, and they don't speak Portuguese official way. Only
Mm-hmm.
if you go to the shopping center, they only speaks Portuguese, but English. But to do the business in a foreign land, it's uh, in the starting phase, it's difficult because of the language, because of the rules and the regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Doing in comparison, doing in our country, it's very different. It's very difficult as well for the beginning time. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abinji. Well, I would like to get back to Mr. Dipesh and to continue
yeah,
his
sorry
story.
that my connection was, yeah, I don't know that it was disconnected.
Oh, it's totally all right. So
Thank
yes,
you.
can you please restart from the answer from the story that you were?
Oh yeah, yeah. What it happened was that, yeah, back home in Nepal, that I used to do the that clothing stores business, and then when I was here in Australia, I started a restaurant. But again, that at the moment I'm not doing that restaurants. That yeah, I didn't find more worthy, and then now I is more I as you already said that earlier, that I'm with a healthcare associate. Also, I work in hospital also at the moment, and
Mm-hmm.
also at the same time, so I have like property investment.
Mm-hmm.
And also that what I do is that I do the festivals of like a big concerts in here in Australia. So I have done all major concerts like Nepati concerts and Nepal Idols and whatever that big in the big scales. Not that like more people that big is festival we do like in yearly like 3 4 big concerts. So at the moment it's like because of the pandemic everything is gone, so we can't do anything. But hopefully that in Australia from next month. November, the international border is going to open, and most likely from next year again, we can resume those festivals, concerts, and movie distributions, those things, those sort of business we can start again. And also that I have a proper investment. That is what I'm doing at the moment.
That's really a lot of things that you're doing at the same moment. But I would like to get with you
Hmm.
in the term of event organizing. Well, we all know
Yes.
that inviting the Team Nepatya, they are the legendary
Yeah.
team of Nepal.
Hmm.
Inviting them
Yeah.
to Australia is not an easy thing. It's not a piece of cake. And
Yeah.
how
It
was the
is.
struggle? And was the struggle fruitful for you, or did you regret it? How was your
No, no,
experience?
it was like a actually that I'm associated with that band since 2012. I did in 2012, 2015, 2017, and the last one was 2019 December before pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, always it's good that just give this that the in terms of finances it's good, and also yeah that gives a satisfaction that whatever you're doing, then yeah this is what I'm doing, and I really becomes happy what I yeah, it's very hard to organize a couple of months or 3 4 months to organize that event. You really have to be very focused on that event because that is a very high mm, events, so we have to be really focused on the events, and it would be the very frustrating or we have to do a lot of things on that time period. But when the concerts is like we wrap up the concerts and then the conclusions, the result, that gives you really happiness in your on you. Yeah,
Okay, so it
so
was
I had a good experience. I really have a good experience with them.
okay. That's really nice, and it was really satisfying for you. And I think
Yeah.
all the Nepalese living in Australia, they were really happy to get to see the legendary band
Oh
Nepal.
yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Even that some of the videos are on our channel, that the Nepali Eaters Australia channel, and you can see a lot of like more than 3,000 people dancing together and cheering up with the bands. That looks good.
Wow, what a wonderful moment! Thank you. Well,
Thank you.
I would like to get to Mrs. Kamana. What
Yes,
do
sure.
have you done business in Nepal, or did you start while you were here in Japan?
To be honest, I have no any idea of having business in Nepal, but I have my recently my husband is doing business there, so I have gained some ideas. So without my own experience, I can't tell it is easy or not. But doing business in foreign is definitely like Ravinji said, language is the main problem here, and there are lots of rule and regulation we need to follow. And definitely being in a food industry, there are lots of risk as well. uh, Particularly we are focusing Nepalese customers, so it was a huge problem for us as we are introducing Nepalese food only. But
Mm-hmm.
to having Japanese customers, it was very hard to whether they will like our food or not, whether they will adapt our culture or not. It was quite risky at that period of time, I guess. So therefore I would say, with in my experience, I would love to say it's not that easy, not everyone's cup of tea, I would say.
Okay. And as we all know, during this time of pandemic, the business has been really wavy. Although the government in different countries has helped different sizes of business, I would still like to know that how is your business and where do you stand during this time of pandemic right now? I would like to hear from Mr. Rabinji.
Mm, as you know that the pandemic it went for uh, almost 2 years now in Portugal. It's still We have more than 2,000 people every new cases in a day, and we now the government they allowed like in a weekend we to in a weekend Saturday and Sunday there should be a client should have a PCR test or the digital report of the vaccine to stay or to have dinner inside the restaurant inside a hall. In a terrace it's not necessary, it's not compulsory, but inside the restaurant inside the hall, yeah, the client need to have their test. And in the pandemic, before pandemic and after pandemic, we have like talking about the business. It's we do have vast difference because in the beginning, like before pandemic, some in Portugal, it's the main income source of the Portugal is tourism. So many tourists used to visit Portugal. So my restaurant it's in a city in a downtown, and I do have like the Nepali cuisine, Indian cuisine, and the Portuguese cuisine as well. So uh, we do have the client from our community, Nepalese community, and the local people like Portuguese and foreigner as well who used to comes to Portugal because it's in a central. So these days, a tourist, yeah, and these days a tourist it's coming. It's not more likely before pandemic, but yeah, these days it's going good. Tourist is coming, but the problem is. Before like after pandemic while in a pandemic the government they don't support as a comparison of other European countries like Belgium or German or London, because the economy of the Portugal it's not too strong. So because of the economy, the government, yeah, they support to the business, but not comparison to the other European countries. But now it's getting better, so let's hope we're gonna rise again. We're gonna get back to our normal life.
Exactly. Well, I would like to hear from Dipeshji. As we know that Australia
Hmm.
has been in several lockdowns for a very long
Yeah.
time, and though the government of Australia has been helping different sizes of business financially,
Uh,
where do you stand
yes.
your
Mm-hmm.
business state right now? How is it?
Actually, that the what where I am associated is not really affected, which is a good things. And but whoever that the business is affected in Australia, the government has given the certain, which is really good compared to other countries. Is really good. That is that like all the business they got the assistance from the government, which is really good. And I wish that that happened back in home in our country as well, because I know that a lot of my friends they're doing in Nepal, and it's been more than 1.5 years, and they are really like struggling with the finance at the moment. Yeah, but yeah,
Mhm.
to be honest, that my business is not affected. So yeah.
Oh, but isn't your business also event organizing is also a business, I think, and I guess you are not allowed to organize event
Oh
for a
yeah.
year as long as there has been lockdown, as long as the COVID-19 is not
Uh
full.
oh yes, yeah. That is affected, but for the event management is again we have to do the lot of that things we have to work out to get that grant. So we didn't do that one, and yeah. So if we apply that one, but there is a long process for those events company, and then yeah, but I didn't do it because I have other things. So yeah, I thought that this, yeah. So I didn't apply anything for
Oh,
that.
okay, thank you so much. So I would like
Thank
to
you.
hear from Mrs. Kamanaji. Well, Japan has just lifted state of emergency,
Right.
and how has this journey been for you?
Actually, every organization have their own plotting and planning, running its own business, right? So we also got affected, to be honest. But then government is helping very financially. So and we always have been like we have always planned our business is uh, to be honest, there was a huge disrupt at the beginning, but
Mhm.
then we had a cash of float kind of a plotting and planning. We used to have particular savings for our business
Mhm.
if any hard times come arise, so that helped us very in a good way.
Okay. And where did you get this extra vision? Where did you get this idea to do business?
Yeah, as I said earlier, that this startup was not actually my plan. It was a teamwork already, so I
Okay.
stepped in. Yeah, and being myself from a business background, my parents do restaurants over here, and I was helping them. So I had a little knowledge about this world, so it was
Mhm.
easy for me to get in. And yeah, and there is a very helpful team for me, and they have been helping me since the day I was there. So it was easy for me. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. But as we all know, business is not always about going like a rocket, touching up high in the sky. There has always been up and down. And I would like to ask my entrepreneur guest that what has business taught to them? Has it taught them to earn more money, or has it taught them the value of money? Well, I would like to hear from our guest from Portugal, Mr. Ravinji first.
Yeah, with the pandemic, with the COVID-19, I get to know. I get to know that the value of I get to know that it's a value of money because when we have money or we need to do the savings because we need to have plans for the future. It's the business. It's not everything is not sure. It's not sure that the business or everything goes smoothly in the same way. If we don't have any savings, it will be difficult after pandemic shows it. It proved it that we need to have savings, we need to have plans, we need to have some schemes, we need to go through in every field or in every sector. So we need to have some plannings and some schemes or some savings to do the business. It's very necessary to have savings for the for the bad times. We need to run the business for the bad times. We need to have we really need to have savings. So I get to know that from the COVID. It taught me, the COVID taught me that for the business, it's really we need to have the savings, and we need to have patience as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Kamanaji, what about you? What are your thoughts about it?
About pandemic.
About the business? Has
Okay,
it
sorry.
has it taught you to earn more money, or has it taught you the value of money?
Yeah, earning money is definitely earning money, earning respect, or whatever we earn. We should learn the value of that particular thing. I believe in that. So, talking about money, it's definitely earning money is also very much important, and the learning the value of things that we can get from money is also important, very important. So for me, I would say more than earning, learning the value is more important for me, to be honest. Yeah,
Okay, thank you
and then
so
this pandemic has taught us in several ways, as Ravinji said already. Yeah, yeah, we have learned much more about money. When we have run outside of the money, also we have seen this year adverse effect of that particular problem. So definitely, the value of money is important for me.
much. And well, I would like to ask you something that as you said that you are doing business with your husband and the other team, but just seeing it in a perspective view of our society, when a man works from 9 to 5, he comes home, he throws his shoes and sits on sofa. The whole society appreciates him and calls him a hardworking man. But
Definitely.
whereas for a woman, she goes to the work, she does her works, she comes back to home, does household chores, and she is not yet appreciated enough. What are your thoughts about it?
Okay, I can talk about this particular topic for hour and hour because there is lots of examples and brief description about this one. But for me, definitely I am staying with my parents here, living with my parents, and having a very good team working with me. It has always been easy for me. Talking about the comparison between men and women, first of all, I would love to say we all are human beings, and we all should treat it as a human being first. Competition, when it comes to competition, then definitely there are lots of things will be there, and the tension arises in between. So. I would say there are lots of hassles. As you said, a man will come to the home at 5 and he will put his shoes out and then he will be having rest. But then for a woman it's not as easy as that. Already I'm a mother of a toddler as well, so going to work and then coming back to the home, to the kid, it's not an easy task. But then having a family who is helping me, it has been easy for me for now.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
about feminism and feminists and all about the woman problems, I think we should get another series for that only because
Yes,
it's going to be very long,
yeah, sure. We have planned it, and
Yeah,
we're totally gonna do that too. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
definitely we should.
Well, I would like to get back to our guest from Portugal, Mr. Rabinji. Well, entrepreneurship. Oh, Rabinji is out of camera, so maybe I would like to ask this question to Dipesh ji from Australia. Well, Dipesh ji, entrepreneurship, it has been given title of being bossy or having a good leadership. What do you count yourself in that? Are you a bossy entrepreneur or are you a good leader?
I think I'm a good liver, not that bossy. I would say that because we have to work together, and then sometimes if you be bossy, then the other staffs or whoever work in your team, uh, that their characteristic could be different. Because some people they don't really like those character from the from managers or boss or owners, whoever. So I think I would take it as a team. I would take it as like colleagues or as a friends. And I need to make a like a borderline, and that distance definitely I have to maintain. But I would say that I'm not really bossy on that. Yeah, I have to maintain the uh, one borderline, that distance between them. But at the same time, that yeah, and but anyway, I would say that not really bossy.
Okay, thank you so much. And as you all know that we are doing this interview online, which on social media, and social media has been growing up very rapidly. So for business, do you think social media will help to boost your business while there are a lot of business people, while there are a lot of entrepreneurship who are selling their things, who are telling a lot of viewers to look at their videos? What do you think? Does social media help to boost your business? And what is the content of value in your term? Would you like to hear this?
Of course, because that the you know that the we have to be updated with the time. So this time is obviously we know that this is the 21st century, and we have to be updated with the social networking sites or the technology. So once there was a time that we used to read the newspapers or TV, but now a lot of things has been changed that replaced from that newspapers,
Mhm.
magazines, or television now to the YouTube or Facebook or even TikTok or Instagram. So yeah, with the time being that we have to be very updated, otherwise then will be same as like Nokia. So I would say that we definitely that first when that the TikTok came, we would say that oh it's a natak, that we take it on that way, but we
Exactly.
have to promote your business or to be updated. Definitely we have to, yeah. I think that we have to work in a parallelly with whatever it is going on. That yeah, we have to be updated. Otherwise, you'll be or your business will be outdated. So definitely it's very helpful, I would say.
Okay,
So
thank
yeah, 100% that the social networking site, it would be very helpful to promote your product.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, audience of ours asked to ask our entrepreneurs a question that this audience has 1,000 US dollars, which is 1 lakh rupees, in Nepali rupees, and he wants to start up business. And what are the three advices that you would like to give? Well, I would like to hear one advice from each of our one guest. I would like to go with Mrs. Kamanaji. What is your one advice to start up a business while you have only $1,000 in your bank?
Actually, what happens is every single person is has their own characteristics, and with their own knowledge, I would advise them to like invest somewhere they are good in, like with their knowledge. And then there are lots of stock markets today, and there are lots of mutual fund, and there are lots of places where we can invest our money. If you have time, if you can invest your time equally, then I would love them to invest it in a business where they are good, do a good research and invest it. Otherwise we can buy lots of stock markets, uh, and we have lots of places where you can um, expand our money right now. So I won't say like this particular place you should invest your money. I would say with your knowledge, you can invest it anywhere.
Dipesh Ji, what is your one
Yes.
advice for someone who has 1,000 US dollars?
Yeah, obviously, one advice is the research, definitely, that they don't come without, like, if you want to start buying, seeing some of the entrepreneurs or business whoever's doing really good, you try to follow, wow, he has done something really good, so I want to be liking, that's why I want to start a business. Don't do on that way. So we know that their success, but before the success, definitely they have a lot of the strugglings phases. So first the initial phase would be definitely very hard. So first thing is definitely you have to don't come back by seeing others. Try to research and think that yes, this is the sector where I really will enjoy rest of my life, or the at least 10, 20 years. On that way that yeah, you can come. Otherwise not do not come that by seeing others success.
Okay. And what is the best piece of advice that you have ever received and you would like to share with us?
So yeah, whatever you're going to start, try to understand that things, and I am you really before you start. Yeah, I told you before that the research, that's very important,
Mhm.
and get to know more in depth, and then yeah, only start up. That is what
Okay.
I want to give advice to all, like whoever they're going to start off.
Thank you so much. Well, Ravin ji, what advice would you give to
Yes,
someone who
please.
has only $1,000 US dollars in their bank?
Yeah. To start a business, first we need to have some plans, like some to do the business. We need to have some schemes. What we are going to do, and what sort of $1,000, because they have people can start their business from can start a business from a small amount, but they need to have plannings to do the business. The main important, like the best things, they need to have a plan, what they are going to do and how they're gonna manage and everything. So uh, I'm gonna say that to do a business, they need to have some plannings. They need to have time, because to do the own business, they need to be like the particular person, the owner. If they are not in a business, if they don't see a business from the front face, the business won't be success. So I just wanna say that should have plannings and should have time, and the rest things, yeah, they need to do business in what sort of field they are, they can do, and what sort of sectors they are capable. So these are the things we need to think about the business to
Oh,
start with the business. Okay.
thank you so much. Well, we all know that our entrepreneurs are very, very busy. And just keeping it a very short and sweet question with all of them, what are you going to do once you walk out of this interview room? I would like to get back to Mr. Rabinji.
Yeah, please. I didn't get.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Pardon.
What is the first thing that you're going to do? I'm sorry. What is the first thing that you are going to do once you walk out of this interview room?
Okay. So, as you know, that in the beginning, I told because I'm involved with this social works. Like there is, as we all know that we Nepalese do have a community. We do have the organization which is called NRNA. That the people, non-resident Nepalese people living abroad. We do have the NRNA. Every country they do have their own NRNA. They do have their own NCCs. So now I'm living in Portugal. So we do have here organization called NRNA Portugal. So I'm the president of this organization NRNA. So we do have meetings. As we know, all know that we are going to have our uh, global conference coming from 23rd to 26th. In all the election is going to held on 19th of October. So uh, our candidate from different countries for the global conference. Our candidates are visiting for the delegates of Portugal. So we have meetings on with them. So today from 11:45 we have a it's 11:30. It's already 11:43. So I'm already on the way to the meeting. So we have a meeting with the what we call the leader who is participating for the election. So they are here for their publicity or their some it's like publicity. They are coming to do. They are asking a vote. So we have a meetings with them. So I after leaving the after leaving the call, I need to go directly to the meeting.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much for giving us your wonderful and precious time. Well, Mr. Dipesh Ji, what's the first thing that you're going to do once you
Thank you
walk?
so much, and so I'm gonna leave. So thank you so much. Nice to meet you all. So we're gonna meet again. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Thank you
Thank
very much.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much,
Thank you
thank
so
Ravinji.
much for
you.
this
See
Thank
you.
time.
you. Well,
Well, yeah. After our conversation, what I'm going to do, right? Yeah, what I'm going to do is like it's almost like bedtime here in Australia. It's like 10 to 10. So
okay.
maybe next 30 minutes, I'm just going to listen to good music, and then I'll go to my bed. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
very simple, easy. Thank you.
It's very simple and keeping it easy. Well, Mrs. Kamanaji, what are you going to do?
Okay, what am I going to do? So I'm going to feed my baby.
Okay.
It's almost dinner time here in Japan. So I don't know, in Japan or in my home. Well, yeah, I'm going to feed my child, and it was nice hearing from Dipesh ji and then Ravin ji, collecting various knowledge from different countries. How you all we are going, well, how all we defeated this pandemic and still
Mhm.
going on. Yeah, and lots of business ideas as well. So it was good having time with all of you here. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Kamanaji, and thank you,
thank you
Mr.
so much.
Dipesh, to
Thank you
make
so much.
Yeah,
such a
thank you so much, Ananya and
All
Kamanaji.
the
It's
best
really
for
good to be intimate with you. Yeah, it's the first time, and I really enjoyed talking with you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
thank you
It's
so
my
much.
first time too, and I definitely enjoyed and sharing my whatever knowledge I had, and I gained lots of knowledge as well. So it was very precious time for me. Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
And
thank
I
you
wish
so
you all the very best for Ananya for this series, and I'm definitely loving it. I have watched your previous series too, and I'm going to follow on this one.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much.
To be honest, that I didn't watch the previous one, and I
Okay.
just not get to know to you today, and maybe and definitely I'll watch your the next shows, whatever it comes, and wish you all the best.
Oh yes, exactly. You can do that. And
I
exactly.
just Ananya, one thing that is like Deepesh don't get bored.
No,
I'm
no,
talking.
no, no, I'm not.
Okay, I think I used to talk more about, like, there are lots of problems running around. As a woman, we are more into the woman problem. So I think I there are lots of topics you can go through the series, so you can talk on them as well. I would like to suggest on never any for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I will really take this suggestion and
Oh, thank
be
you.
with you on this. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for our entrepreneurs, for Mrs. Kamanaji, for Mr. Rabin, and also for Mr. Dipesh. And as you have learned from our this episode, that life is all about struggle, but keep on struggling and be determined, because for your goals, when you work hard for it, God and even the universe will combine to give you all that you have and that you should receive. Rama आज हजुरको होस्ट अनन्या गुरुङ र हाम्रो टेक्निसियन विश्वासीसँग हजुर सबैसँग बिदा लिँदैछु र फेरि पनि हाम्रो सो हेरिदिनुहोस् होला. Thank you so much.
Thank